didn't she? Sorry. Hello. It is Monday night. It is another week, and we are going to chit chat some and probably play around on the computer some. I don't know. We'll do whatever we decide to do. And I am trying to get my live stream pulled up here. See if it lets me see. Yay! Yeah, I washed my hair today. Didn't do much of it. Didn't do much with it after I washed it. I just clipped it up. I've been cold and not feeling great all day, but I'm here. And I'm typing a message in here. It says I can now pin a message to the top of my chat so you can all see it. Yay! Okay. So I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. It'll happen. Here is the hair Esmeralda doing her thing. She's up in a clippy clip. And I have on 2 shirts because I'm cold. And I have the baby blanket up over my lap. Hello, Colleen. How are you tonight? I don't have enough lights on, obviously, because it looks like I'm sitting here in the dark. We always have food, right, when you come in to see me. Hey, Lori, how are you tonight? We were talking about you a couple of days ago. Are you doing lives right now, or have you put that still on the back burner for a bit? And I'm happy to see you. I really am. And I just looked at your numbers a few minutes ago, 228. Yes, I know you always have dinner at this time on Monday. Hello, Zella. How are you tonight? From hot West Michigan. One of my other girlfriends is in Michigan. She's getting smoke. How about you? Are you getting smoke from the wildfires? It has rained here today, so it's humid. I'm in Florida, so you're getting used to summer vacation. I take that as a no, at least for right now. At least for right now. That's all right. We'll be here. We're waiting for you, Lori. Waiting for you to come back and show us all your stuff. I saw some pictures of stuff you've been doing lately on your Facebook page. So, yes. Come back to us when you get ready. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? All right. Speaking of numbers, I went through numbers right before I came on. And Colleen, 1160. Yes. Sorry. I'm just too enthusiastic about this. She's been stuck in the 1150s for forever, it seems like a couple of weeks. So I'm happy to see forward progress for her. Sylvia is at 833. Yes, I have a cheat sheet down here I'm reading off of. Dawn at My Quilt Projects, 931. She's knocking on 1,000 and getting there in a hurry. Always want to cough when I come live, right? Shannon at Slay Arts, 462. And the last time I looked at her, she was at 449. Yeah, that's what I have down, 449. So I'm like, yay, go Shannon. Brandy is at 480. Miss Ellen, 710. Yes, go Ellen, go. Super Steph, 16.4K. She's just killing it. I'm just like, you go, girl. And I always mention my hubby's channel. He's at 752. He's been doing these AI shorts with Vikings and stuff. And they're kind of cute. So, yeah. So I've been kind of watching Wayne's stuff and watching everybody else's stuff. And right before I came on today, I actually got sucked into the shorts feed on YouTube. I watch shorts fairly regularly just so I can see what's out there, what's trending, etc., etc. Saw a couple of shorts from Stephanie Stitches that were really cute. She had one with the song from Mrs. Maisel. I'm so over that song. But I was thankful that Stephanie did not stand up and start dancing. I was like, oh, thank you, God. One of them doesn't have people dancing on it. I can see me trying to do it. Can't you see it now? So, yep, got everybody in there. And Sylvia, we saw her this morning. She is probably asleep by now. It's midnight her time. But she was coming back from visiting family, and they were driving through a rainstorm. They got home safely, which is great. I'm thrilled for her. But I'm sure they were ready to just hit the hay and be done with it as soon as they got home. So I'm like, okay. You guys see this? My little towel for the 4th of July. I'm going to hang on my stove, but I didn't want to put it out there until after the live because towels on my stove get used. And I wanted it to be clean when you guys saw it. Now it can go out there and it can get used and washed and etc. I thought it was cute. I'm actually working with my Brother Skin and Cut and the program from it and Simply Applique and starting to create my own appliques. I've got a video that I've got to edit for you guys that shows you how I took it from one to the other. It may be interesting to some of you, maybe not to others, but hopefully it'll be informative because I think that the principles could work even if you just have an embroidery machine. And Sylvia actually just puts fabric in a regular wooden hoop and puts it on her machine and stitches it herself. I think that she uses friction pens. Thank you for the word. She uses friction pens to draw it on and then stitches in between the friction pen marks. So I'm putting up my way of doing it and then she can put up hers. And I did film doing this towel, but I don't think it was very good. I did it after Colleen showed it. I think she showed it in a public live. Or no, she did a video on it. So I did mine from her video. And it came out wrong, but we won't tell anybody about that. So, and then I've had tech challenges this week. I lost some video I still have not found. And you guys know I did this. My band's backwards, Colleen. Can't you tell that? I just turned it over and turned it the other way. So I wanted to tell you that. I told you to quit picking on your towels. Yeah, I did mine backwards, so I'm sorry. I won't do any more. My hair is just driving me nuts here. I won't do any more of them with embroidery on the band. If I do embroidery, it'll be on the towel for the next one, so just be prepared for that. I wanted to show you guys this, though, because remember I took a needle through my finger last week because I wasn't paying attention when I was free motion quilting. These little band-aids that I got, these things, hopefully that turns it around so you can read it. Tracy! These band-aids are the bomb, okay? I was complaining about how much they cost because there's only 10 band-aids in this box. But the band-aid goes on and it's intended to stay on until it falls off of your wound. And this is on a finger, folks. Let's see if I can get it up here so you can see. This band-aid's on my finger and the little edges are a little flaky looking right there. See there, I put a little nip in it and I'm trying to get it to lay down. But I got the nail polish off today because I soaked the band-aid off when I took my bath and put another band-aid on. But this Band-Aid stayed on from, when did I do this? Last Wednesday or Thursday? Whatever day last week I put this on. I think I showed these Band-Aids on, Thursday. Anyway, so the Band-Aid stayed on from Thursday until today, and it probably would have stayed on longer, but when I went and got in the hot tub water soaked it free. My finger looks really good under there, and it's healing really well. And this thing, I washed dishes yesterday, and I couldn't find my gloves, so I just went ahead and washed them, and the little sides of it started peeling up, but once I dried my finger and went like this, the bandage stuck again. Tell me a Band-Aid would do that, a regular Band-Aid. So I'm really happy, and they aren't, they're not like bright yellow or anything, so you don't really notice them. I'm trying not to film any shorts. Yeah, it's magic. Trying not to film any shorts with this showing, but it works. So if you ever, and they have these for other parts of the body, not just for fingers. So if you ever get a wound that you need to heal, this is the thing to get. I'm not sponsored. I don't get any kickback for that, but oh my gosh. I put a needle through my finger and it looks really good. I sent, not the end, but the front and the back pictures of it to Colleen and Lori, and they can vouch. My finger looks really good, especially for having had a needle put through it. And speaking of shorts, I'm a little mad at YouTube right now. You guys may get that. I'm not the only one, apparently. I started getting emails. When did I start getting emails, Colleen? Friday, Saturday? From YouTube. And it was email after email after email that they had muted some of my shorts. And in the end, it came out to 25 of my shorts have been muted. Now, 25 isn't a lot of shorts for me because I put up like a cajillion a week. But I still was like, that's a lot of views and a lot of time that I'm losing because you guys are going to delete these videos. And I haven't figured out yet if it was what the music I used, because I don't write down what music I put on my shorts, or I haven't been. Going forward, I will be. I've got a notebook that I'm starting, and I'm just going to write down what I used, whether it was my music that I've got saved in my computer that we've bought, or if it's the music that I use through the video creator that I use, or where it came from, or if I used YouTube music, because they have music as well. So anyway, it ended up being 25 shorts. So this afternoon, I sat down and I downloaded 25 of my own shorts to my computer. And then I remixed them, reworked them, and I put them back up over the course of the next week or so, maybe longer. I spread some of them out. So if you see something that looks familiar, that's why. 25, yeah. And it took me, I think I started at about 10, and it took me until nearly 3 o'clock to get it done. So I've got a ton of shorts that I put up there. I've got more shorts that I've made that I need to put up in between for other times and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of shorts. So that's done. And I'm trying to get all of the videos that are in my computer, because I have like half a dozen that need to be edited, trying to get those edited and uploaded today or Wednesday, so that those are up for you guys. And then once I get all of my slots, because I have a schedule of when I put stuff up, I'm going to take a couple of days off. I'm taking tomorrow off anyway because of family and stuff. Yeah, and they still aren't paying me. I still haven't made a penny from YouTube. Eventually, it's supposed to be worth it, but I ain't holding my breath, to be quite honest with y'all. But I do have a plan for how I want to rearrange my room so that I have a better flow for you guys to, for me to film tutorials and for you guys to be able to see things when I'm doing them. I think I finally worked it out in my head. Now I've got to see if it'll work in real life. But this whole countertop here is going to be machines, and I'm going to put my computer over where I had my embroidery machine at one point, and I'm going to put it so that I can move my camera from machine to machine when I'm doing stuff, because especially with doing the applique, I'm going from the computer to the scan and cut to the sewing machine to the embroidery machine and back and forth. So I need to get all those there. Oh, welcome back, Kelly. I hope you had a great time. You said it's a great camping trip, so you must have had a good time. Awesome. Right, Colleen. She hasn't made any money yet either. So if you see shorts that you've already seen, it's not YouTube messing with you. It's because I had to re-upload them. And they suggested I could download them, put new music on them, and re-upload them. And I'm like, gee, thank you for your generosity. Perfect weather. Awesome. I'm really glad you had a good time. And then, like I said, the towel from Colleen right here. She did a tutorial, and I understand that she sewed another towel today, and I think she's putting that out as a tutorial. I was going to show you guys how to make it tonight, and then I thought no, because I don't want to preempt her tutorial, and I may be wrong. I still need to watch the tutorial again to make sure I get it right. So here's mine from the 4th of July, and some of you may know this about me. I'm not big on red, white, and blue as colors for quilts and things, unless the fabric has a pattern in it. Something about it just being plain red, white, and blue is just, you know what I mean? I like pattern in it. I think because it feels wrong to quilt heavily on something that's red, white, and blue, and you can't really do one solid color. So I'm like, you know, which way do I go? But I have good news for you. This quilt is finished. It's bound. It's ready to go. And it's a doggone good thing I finished it when I did, because the baby shower is scheduled for July 8th. But that young man decided that he could not wait until July 8th to be born. Yes. So we got a baby. We got a baby. He is so cute. He has such, he's only 7 pounds, 6 ounces. I mean, he's not a preemie, but you know, I mean, he's not a chubby baby. He's not a big baby, but he's got the little round face, and he makes the cutest faces. I have not, my niece has not gotten out of the hospital yet. Baby is in NICU because his blood sugar's off. So they're trying to get that all straightened out for him. So I can't post pictures of him, but he is so cute. I'm just like, oh, I cannot wait. I'm hoping that once he babies are awesome. I love babies. I love snuggling them and hugging them and kissing them and smelling that baby smell. And then when they poop their diaper, I love handing them back to mommy and saying, here you go. So, I'm a terrible grandma, right? And I'm not even his grandma. She's my aunt's daughter, so he's actually my cousin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not showing my excitement well enough for you guys. So I was actually going to wait until baby was born to make a wall hanging to go up with all his baby stats, but my aunt sent them all to me as soon as he was born. So I have those stats, and I don't want to do that on camera until after I gift it. So you guys will see it. You just won't see it till after I give it to the baby mama, and the quilt and the stats. And I'm also going to make a, help me out here, quilt label. I'm also going to make a quilt label for the quilt with his name on it. And if I had known he was going to be born before the baby shower, I would have waited to put the binding on it. But I guess I'll make like a corner one and just sew it in really well. Yeah. Oh, Kelly, that's awesome. Hi, Math Geek. How are you tonight? Oh, you missed it. I was talking about the baby. So we got a brand new baby in the family. He's gorgeous. Everybody is flocking to the hospital to see him. And I will wait until they come home from the hospital because I hate hospitals. Um, and the hospital she had him at, I especially don't like. Their maternity ward. Well, their maternity ward's probably okay. I've never been there, but that's where my husband spent almost 2 weeks a few years back. And if I never hear the words, we're a trauma hospital again, because that was their excuse for why they were late doing everything. Wayne even chimed in on that one. I don't know if you guys heard him. Doggone trauma hospitals, although that's not the words he used. But I'm just like, yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Very, very glad. I hadn't seen you in a while, so I was like, okay, hopefully she's all right. But I was just talking about, my niece had a baby. Here's his quilt, and I've got to make his, and I'm using it to warm myself up right now. Um, I've got to make his wall hanging, and I've got to make the quilt label for the quilt so that I can gift those whenever it's appropriate. I don't think that they're going to have the baby shower next weekend. I could be wrong. But what that does in our family is just makes it a hat trick. So that's, oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Matthew. So Dane is his name. He was born on July 1st. My younger son was born on July 2nd. My sister's oldest son was born on July 3rd. And then, of course, there's July 4th. So all those guys always get a holiday for their birthday. So that's great. And then Wayne took today off, and he's got tomorrow off. His company is closed. But Wayne managed to go down the road. We have, some of you guys know that we live way out in the country. Like we're at the far end of a dirt road, 1 or 2 miles long. I don't even know for sure. We need to measure it. I think it's 1 mile. Wayne thinks it's 2. I don't know who's right. I don't care. It doesn't matter. A mile's a long way to walk. But we have a hammock area where the trees come up over the road. It's down this way, which is why I was looking that direction. But the trees come up over the road, and so it makes a really nice, cool, shady spot to go like under. I love it. It's so gorgeous. Oh, yes. I can't wait, Kelly. I will definitely be looking for it. So you go underneath this hammock, and then the road comes up a little bit, and there's a little creek. It's like 10 feet wide that goes under the road. And there is a culvert there. I don't know who installed it, if it was installed by people who lived here before, if South Florida Water Management District put it in, or what. But anyway, the culvert is starting to erode away. So there's a couple of holes starting to come across the road, and they're pretty deep. So we've got a vehicle sitting on the other side of that hole so that if it does go through, we can still get off, get down the road and do whatever. But Wayne went out there today to take some footage of it and fell into the culvert. So his back is killing him tonight. I'm telling you, 60-year-old Ben should not be out there climbing around in culverts. So I made him take a hot bath earlier and soak in some Epsom salts and some hot water. And then the neighbor called because they were like, oh, it just needs cleaned out. And I was like, oh, he's bruised. He's bruised. He's limping from the bruises, but hopefully he didn't do anything major. Anyway, so the neighbor called and they went back down there and looked at it. And the neighbor was like, oh, it just needs cleaned out. And then when he went down with Wayne and Wayne showed him how everything is like rotting, there's a metal pipe in it and it's rusting on the bottom, which of course they do after several years of water running across them. And now they've decided that they have to do something about it. So I don't know what Wayne and the neighbor have decided to do, but the neighbor that owns the big ranch behind us, he actually told us, it's not my road. I'm not worried about it. He doesn't have any other access to his property. So if we have to go in with the neighbor across from us and get this thing fixed, we're going to put a gate up and he's going to have to pay a toll to go in and out every time. I'm just like, who does that? Yeah, Wayne will be fine. And if he's not, you guys will know. I will tell you. But no, I think he'll be fine. He fell and bruised himself up pretty good. Well, that's the same guy who um, jerked us around about buying our property. And I don't wish evil or ill on people. But yeah, my neighbor, deep breaths. Apparently, he is defaulting on all of his loan payments, and he's got that property up for sale. And I know that he's got it for sale for millions of dollars. Yeah, Serenity now. Because he bought it for millions of dollars. I think he paid either $6 or $7 million for it. So me personally, I'm like, oh, I hope it sells, and I hope it sells to somebody who's not a jerk like you. He had all these plans when he came in. The handyman that used to live out there, we know him pretty well. And he was telling us that the guy was planning on putting a meat processing plant out there, and he was going to put a slaughterhouse and, all this stuff. And he was raising Wagyu beef, which is $30,000 a calf. I know that that's true. But Wagyu beef hasn't gone up, it's gone down. In our area, Black Angus is the specialty beef that you get at the grocery stores, and it runs about $6 or $7 a pound. Wagyu beef was going $30 a pound, but Wayne saw some at the store last weekend. Wagyu beef, ground beef, and it was only $5 a pound. So yeah, I don't think his investment paid out. But yeah, you're right, Colleen. That is how the rich keep their money, default. And then they came back and told us they wanted to give us a significant down payment, and then we'd have to hold the mortgage for 6 months for him. Well, that was in March, April, May, somewhere in there. Well, I told Wayne then, I said, even if we did it, we'd have to hold on to that money so we could pay the attorney to sue him to finish paying off our property. And I just wasn't I was a real estate paralegal for a long time, Matthew. That's what my occupation was. It's what I went to college for. And I did a whole lot of commercial deals. And no, I was not feeling that one. I was not feeling that one. I said, no, we'll sell it to the first person who comes along with actual money. Yeah, dairy cows down here, the best dairy cows, I think, are Jerseys, Wayne. Is that right? I think he went and laid down. I think Jerseys, because we have a Jersey in our field, and we keep our cows for food, but we've never actually butchered one because we have to have at least 3 cows to keep our ag exemption, and we have 3 heifers right now. No, 2 heifers and 1 that's given birth. So anyway, so we have 3 cows, and we have to have 3 to keep our ag exemption. So unless we go get a bull or go pay to have them artificially inseminated, we're going to have 3 cows for quite some time, and a donkey, because she protects the cows from the various and sundry critters that appear in Florida. So what are the ones that are white with black spots? I'm wanting to say Holsteins too. I'm not sure. Our Jersey, our Jersey that we have now is named Lashes, but she came from a red and white cow that we called Caramel because her red was exactly the color of caramel. So we had Kara, and Kara passed. She got herself stuck in the barn, and even once we got her out of the barn and back up on her feet, she just never recovered from it. And so she passed. But we have her calf, who's full grown now. And then we have a black cow named Ebony, and Ebony's baby we named Bear, even though they're all three girls. Because her calf, when she was little, looked like a bear cub. Well, little. Calves are not, they're like 6 feet tall when they're born. Holstein, or I've never heard of a Frisian cow. So Holstein's probably right. And most of the dairies around here use either Jerseys or Holsteins. And fun fact, if anybody cares, veal only comes from girl cows that are never allowed to get past a year old. So you can buy boy cows from the dairies for like $50 to $150, and you usually have to bottle feed them, and we've bottle fed quite a few. And we may do that before too long, but you got to raise them for like a year and a half before they're old enough to try to create babies. Are there bears in Florida? Yes, there are. There's actually up near Ocala, there is a long section of highway up there that's 4-lane that has 8-foot tall chain link. What's belted Galloways? The black and white ones? Oh, I don't know. Mr. Google Pants knows all though. But anyway, up around Ocala, it's something, Ocala National Forest. If you drive the highway there are chain link fences on either side of the road that are like 8 feet tall. And there are signs everywhere that say, if your car breaks down, stay in your car. Do not get out of your car. Stay in your car. There probably is somebody in Florida that does game cam videos. I would like to. Yeah, we have pumas too. We actually, when I lived in Port St. Lucie, we were in City, near a big highway and lots of houses. And we were sitting at the dinner table one night and saw a big black cat come over the fence. And my then husband was like, "Oh, that's an awfully big house cat." And I looked at him and I said, "That's a panther, you moron." It wasn't no house cat. It was probably 5 feet long, and it stood at least 4 or 5 feet tall. Yeah, well, I think panthers are the equivalent of mountain lions, but this was black. And another fun fact about Florida, black panthers are protected because they're endangered. So, yeah, even if one like came into your yard, you can't do anything to them. And my husband was looking at me like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Okay, you look it up." So he got on the computer and looked it up, and sure enough, it was a black panther. Yeah, well, we live pretty rural, so we see, we're, like I said, at least a mile off of the main road. Black bears, cougars, and bobcats. Yeah, we had a bobcat down through here a couple of years back. I scared my neighbor, the neighbor that used to own the property back on this side of us, that used to own the one that the jerk owns now. We had seen a bobcat a couple days before, and I was out in the backyard, had my little wagon pulling it around, giving food and water to all the chickens in their coops and stuff. And I had my gun with me because we had seen the bobcat just a couple days before. And the last thing I want to do, this was before I got really sick. This was before the RA kicked in. The last thing I want to try to do is outrun a bobcat. It ain't happening, even if I was still running track in high school. So I had my gun sitting on the flatbed of my little wagon that I was pulling around. And I hear, hey, behind me. And I turned around, grabbed that gun and pointed it at him. And then I'm like, oh, you're a human being. I don't know what I thought I was doing. You know what I mean? Um, but he's like, whoa, whoa, I just wanted to talk to you. I was like, oh, okay. You're not a bobcat. We're good. So I put the gun down, you know. But I was like, he told my husband later, he said, I will never mess with your wife. He said, I would not. She is crazy. I'm not crazy. I was just, plenty scared because I really thought that I had bobcat or something coming up behind me. Like a bobcat's going to say, hey, right? But when you're scared, you don't think. So I'm just standing there like, good thing I'm not trigger happy, right? Terrible. But he told his guys, he said, don't mess with that woman. She will mess with you back. And I will. So, but I have seen, when Wayne was, before the pandemic and stuff, Wayne was gone like from 5, 6 a.m. until 7, 8 at night, sometimes later. We've seen excuse me, we've seen wild pigs out here. We've seen bobcats, raccoons galore, an armadillo. Yeah, I don't even know. He rode up on a horse. I didn't hear the horse. I was listening to chickens, you know? And when you're in it, I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever messed with chickens, but when your head is in a chicken coop, you're not hearing anything outside. Dinosaur turtles. Yep. We have those. We have those great big turtles. But we have coyotes and or wolves out here. I'm not sure which. They look the same to me, and the only time I've ever actually seen them is either they were running away or somebody had already shot them. But wild boars are big pigs that live on their own and still have their tusks, and they tear up ground like awful, awful. And the guy who used to rent property from us actually shot a wild boar in the daytime. Yeah, we keep our garbage inside the house. Yeah, we've seen deer. We've seen, I don't know what you call a group of wild turkeys, but there is a whole clan of them that lives between us and, let's see, there's 2 curves between here and there, but lives between us and where it starts getting populated on our road, because there's like 8 houses in the front part of the road, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the guy behind us. Wild boars are scary because they don't stop for fences, gates, wood, anything. They stop for a bullet. And our renter had to shoot one for me. But we get deer. We have feral cats. When we moved in, there was 1 cat here. We had her fixed, and then 2 more cats showed up, and then babies showed up. So we caught the 2 mama cats, got them fixed. I think people dump cats on this road and then just drive off. We catch them and we feed and we get them fixed if we can get a hold of them, because they're usually wild. But we don't have squirrels, we don't have mice, we don't have rats, we don't have bunnies down here. Those cats will go get those things and eat them, and they also keep the frog population down. So I'm like, y'all have fun. We feed the cats just enough to keep them coming back, but not enough to keep them full, because we want them to hunt the rodents. And chickens like spiders, so you don't have spiders outside. Too bad they can't come in the house, because Florida has bugs. Brenda has a Bengal cat. Awesome. You didn't know what about feral cats? That they would hunt? Oh, yes. That's why people keep barn cats. Ours actually probably should be called barn cats. We don't have an actual barn. We have a big outbuilding. Oh, yeah, they eat everything. And if they think you're not feeding, you're not capable of hunting, they will bring you part of what they catch. I can't tell you how many times I've gone out on my porch and found part of a critter. Thank you, cats. You guys can have it. I think they also try to feed the dog because she'll go out there and the cats will walk away from whatever they're eating. And I have smacked her tail more times than one about eating things that the cats leave because she gets dog food. I don't want her eating whatever their catch of the day is. Oh, well, your neighbor's cat thought that she didn't know how to feed herself. So, and the other good thing about feral cats is we used to feed like all of our leftovers, when you clean out the fridge and it's not quite gone, but it's not really something you want to eat. We used to put all that stuff in a bucket and feed it to the pigs. Well, we don't have any pigs right now. I think we need some more, but the feral cats will eat all that stuff. We had cottage cheese that was kind of like, I'm not sure I want to eat this because my stomach gets upset. Aw, Colleen, yeah, probably. My stomach gets upset if I think something's off. So we fed the cats cottage cheese the other day, and apparently there's a kitten. Wayne had caught the kitten one day, was trying to, at least get some contact with it, and that cat fought like heck. But it was up here the other day when he put the cottage cheese out, and he went out the door, and the cat kind of looked at him, face covered in cottage cheese. Have a great night, Kelly. Thank you for coming by. The cat looked up like, yep, you're okay. I won't mess with you as long as you don't touch me. I don't know what that was. Aww. It wanted you to have the opportunity to, whatever it is dead now, I hope, because that stung when I smacked my hands on it. Doggone it. I'm talking about the feral cats killing things, and here I am murdering some little flying bug. But yeah, that little cat just like, yeah, I'm good as long as you leave me alone. And it ate cottage cheese. I mean, it just stuck its whole little face down in there. So, are you feeling any better? That was a deep breath and probably a no. So, yeah. He's checking on work stuff. Too diligent. Checking in anyway. All right, guys. Some of them bugs are. Wayne killed one last night that he said needed its own driver's license. Oh, your cat followed you around the house crying. Daisy has been sleeping as close to me as she can get. It's because Raymond isn't food, Colleen. Ugh. Oh. Speaking of Raymond isn't food, there is a guy, and I think he's on Facebook, not on YouTube. He may be on YouTube too, and I'll have to look up his name. But he does recipes from like the 50s, 60s, 70s. He made something the other day that I'm like dying to try. It was called ice cream bread. And he put ice cream and Cool Whip and flour together. And after he put those all together, he put them in a baking pan, and then he poured sprinkles on top. The recipe said for the kids. He's like, the sprinkles are for me. So he put sprinkles on top, and then after it was baked, he cut a piece of it, and he said it was really good. And I'm thinking, I like to make bread, and I like ice cream. I'm thinking that sounds like something I would like to make. What do you guys think? You guys try it and let me know. Colleen will probably try it before all of us because she can go get ice cream. We just have sandwiches, ice cream sandwiches. It does sound interesting. He comes up with lots of different stuff. And he's always calling baking powder floof powder. So if you find it, he's Bahamian. So if you happen to find him on Facebook, and he's white and he's very obviously gay, he will tell you sometime during his short. And he has a cookbook out. Um, yeah, me either, Math. That's why we keep ice cream sandwiches because they're not my favorite. They're gone too fast. I mean, by the time you get it peeled open and you lick all the black stuff off your hands because, of course, you're wearing it, and then you eat it, it's like that was 3 bites. What was that? I don't even remember eating that. I like crunchy better, but I do like ice cream. Mm. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so if you find that guy and he starts talking about flute powder, you know you found the right guy. I love watching him. He's just so energetic. Yeah, that's the kind I would prefer to have, is the little yummy flavors. Well, that's true, Tracy. I do admit that. We do live in volcano temperatures and everything melts as fast as you as fast as you peel it. Oh, the other thing I learned from Facebook Reels, guys. You know those long, skinny things, those ice pops? Do you know how you're supposed to open those? I mean, seriously. I saw this on Facebook and I was like, what? You're supposed to break them in half in the middle, and that's how you're supposed to open them. You're not supposed to cut the end. Half of one is supposed to be a serving. I never really liked them, but we never got those. We always got like, Kool-Aid poured into the freezer thing and you got to lick the ice cube. We didn't get anything store bought when I was a kid. And or you put them on toothpicks, the ice cubes, you put them a little toothpick in them, and then when you pull them out, there's your popsicle. That was popsicles when I was growing up. Grandma'd make Kool-Aid, and I think she went light on the sugar. And you'd get these little these little toothpick icicles. You'd sit there, be like, okay, well, that didn't last long. Yep. Oh, Jello. I don't think we ever got Jello. Not as frozen anything. We got Jello, like if they made Jello from a box. Oh yeah, anything store bought was a huge treat, right? I can't do mint. Mint does not like me. I like the smell. Oh, but I tell you what I did get, you guys. We're gonna talk about food again for a second. I went to Taco Bell last week and I got us tacos because we hadn't had tacos in forever. And I wanted. They used to have a cherry limeade. They made it with full sugar Sprite, the whole 9 yards. But it was so good. So they didn't have that. They had watermelon berry lemonade. And I said, well, give me that one because, I wanted to try to cut. Everything is so sweet. So they gave me that, and I drank about that much of the size drink they gave me, and Wayne drank some of it, and I think we finally threw the cup away because it was just straight sugar. Um, but I ordered from Walmart. They have sparkling water in cherry limeade. And I was going to use my blender to make this because I was like, I don't think I have crushed ice, but my refrigerator has crushed ice. So I got my little cup, not this great big one, but my smaller version. And I put crushed ice in it. And then I poured that cherry limeade sparkling water over it. Almost. I mean, it's like that far from being it. Yeah. But it's like that far from being that thing. And I did buy a bottle of no sugar Sprite Zero. So I think maybe next time I make it, I'm going to mix a little bit of the Sprite Zero in and then pour the cherry limeade over. And the other thing I ordered, they had a bottle of those ice drinks that are called ice drinks, blood orange. I can't have regular citrus drinks. They make my stomach upset and they don't mix well with my medicine. But I ordered a bottle of blood orange sparkling water, and I love red oranges. I love red grapefruit. So I'm going to try that next over some crushed ice and see how that goes. So Colin's getting a yogurt. She started out with dinner. Now she's getting a yogurt. But the crushed ice with that cherry limeade drink almost made the drink. Sonic had the best ones, but there's not a Sonic close enough for me to be driving over there to get it. Now, if I was going to Fort Pierce, I might go through Sonic and get one, but then I'd have to get a foot-long chili dog with onions and cheese, and you can't wait till you get home to eat that. So I'd be eating at least part of a foot-long chili dog in my car somewhere. And I'm just not that motivated. I'm just like, no, that's okay. You know, those chili dogs are good though, because they cook them on the griddle or the grill. My sister works at a Sonic in Kansas. She should be a care package. Oh, you don't like hot dogs, Tracy? Yeah, I think you said that before. I only like them a specific way. I want the hot dog, I want the chili, I want the cheese, and it has to be chili that has beans in it, which is why I like Sonic's, because their chili has beans in it. A lot of places put just like chili sauce, that's just meat and sauce. Oh, you don't like chili? I love chili. But I don't like the meat sauce. I want the beans in it. I want the chopped up onion, you know, the ketchup, the mustard, the cheese, the whole. It's horrible for you. Your arteries harden. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew. You probably have the same reaction to them that I have to the mint. Oh, Tracy, you don't know that I eat black beans like regularly. I have been on a kick for them here lately. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to can some. We have cans of them that I bought at the store, but they don't season them the way I like. So, anyway, does that mean that Colleen is back from getting her yogurt now? Yes, chili dogs. Okay, so she's back. Has everybody's links been shared? Okay, so to summarize tonight, we got a new baby. Yes, I'm so thrilled about that. Lots of new shorts. Well, lots of remixed shorts coming out this week. Sorry about the remixes, but they do have new music on them. So maybe, try that. I have a video coming out tomorrow for my Cotton Cuts Clue 5. I just got that video done and uploaded today. I've had the block done for a little while. Thank you, Math Geek. I keep calling her my niece because she's younger than my kids, but she's actually my first cousin. She just had her first baby, and he is so cute. He makes the funniest faces. And if you go back and watch the replay, you'll get to see me trying to imitate a newborn. Hello, I'm 50-something years old. Let's see. So that's coming out, and then there will be a video later in the week. If I can get it done and uploaded tonight. Yeah, you'll enjoy that, Beth. But there will be a video later in the week about how I did applique pattern from my brother's scan and cut over to my Flourish embroidery machine and the program I used to do that. I do have a video put together for the Cricut, but there's going to be some moving around of things done this week as soon as I get that other video uploaded. And then I can maybe take a couple of days off from YouTube and work on my room, because my room is not functioning well for me right now. I'm not going to call it cleaning it, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm organizing. I'm moving things around to make it easier to film. Okay, guys, I say, if somebody is close enough to your work to criticize it, tell them to go home. Colleen says, be the light you hope to say it, others. Oh, yes, Math. I hope. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. That will be awesome. I love pictures of quilts and videos of quilts and videos about quilts and all of that. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my mods and to everybody who hung out. Have a great night. Bye for now. Love you guys.